In this video, I'm going to go over what might be holding you back and make you not do well in Arena. As you might already know, I recently sat down in 1v1 100 players in a single day. I won 90 of the fights and lost 10. 24 of the wins were because opponents forfeit, and 66 of the wins were from being the first person to reach a score of 3. I did this because I recently started playing more tournaments and Arena than I have in probably well over a year and a half, and to keep it straight up, it has gone horrible. Now naturally, the less you play, your skill level will start to decline, but I've typically tried a 1v1 for at least 30 minutes at a minimum every week or so. And since I have many top 1000 placements throughout my entire time playing Fortnite, I thought that should be enough to keep me able to drop 10 to 15 elims a game in Arena pretty easily, right? Well, it turns out I've been making a huge mistake. Nearly every time I hop on the game, I'm 1v1ing the same 2 people. This is a mistake I know for a fact some of you are making too. You probably have some homies you're cool with, so you hop on, you guys start 1v1ing, and since they're pretty good at the game, it feels like you're improving. Now I'm willing to bet the people you are 1v1ing are pretty damn good at the game with decent PR and placements, and you beat them just as often as they beat you. So what's the problem? Well, you see, if you're constantly fighting the same people over and over, you're only learning how to fight against the same playstyles over and over. This means when you go into Arena or into a tournament and run into a playstyle you're not familiar with, you're going to get smoked. When you get into Arena or a tournament, you're fighting a new playstyle with almost every player you come up against. Yes, there are a lot of similarities between players, but you need to learn how to quickly adapt to any playstyle you come up against if you want to do well. Now, I had the bright idea of running 100 1v1s with 100 different players. That should be some variety in playstyles, and it was. So, am I any better at Arena? Well, simply put, no. 100 1v1s versus 100 different players did introduce me to new play styles, but the truth is, simply fighting against players in the random matchmaking system of 1v1 maps is not enough to truly improve. Out of the 100 players, about 5 were actually good enough to push my limits and force me to reach a higher skill level. That means out of the 6 hours I spent playing, roughly 18 minutes or less of my time was actually spent on improving. The rest was just fighting people either worse than me or roughly at my skill level. That is a very slow and bad way to improve. So what is the solution? You need to find players to 1v1 that take the game more seriously and are sweatier, who are truly going to force you to push your limits and reach for a higher skill level. The best way to find those players is going to be through scrim discords. People who are scrimming are likely to be somewhat better than those in random matchmaking. I would recommend finding as many people from scrim discords as you can. As you filter through the better players, keep them on your friends list and occasionally 1v1 them. Maybe build a list of 20 of the best players you can find, and each time you get on to 1v1, pick 5 different people from that list of 20. The more skilled the players are and the more variety in the play styles you play against, the better you will get at adapting to any play style quickly. Now obviously, the more consistently you play and play against different play styles, the faster and better you will be in general. Always keep that in mind. Now this is what I plan on doing myself, so hopefully I run into some of you when I'm in the Discord servers. And if I do run into some of y'all, let me know. It'll be really cool to see in the comments. Now one thing to keep in mind is find a balance with these players of actual 1v1 PGs and doing 1v1 box fights and 1v1 realistics. I would avoid making the same mistake that I have made in the past, which is only doing PGs. Yes, it's good for warm-ups, but if you truly want to improve, you need to be doing realistics, mixing in some box fights, especially if you're going to be playing tournaments. If you guys found this video helpful, be sure to hit that sub button to see more videos, and I will catch you guys in the next one.